Hello, this is Anna of Transformative Destinations. Today I'll be offering a light language transmission that will offer support to light workers in the process of amplifying abundance. Now, abundance comes in many forms: an abundance of relationship, an abundance of talents and gifts, an abundance of clients for your practice, and we honor all those forms of abundance. But this transmission specifically will work with financial abundance. Oftentimes, as light workers, we do have a little bit of struggle with really staying grounded and having the skills to manage practical details, such as budgets and marketing strategies, and this type of thing sometimes can be a challenge for light workers. And so we're going to work with some of the energies that come up when we go to do these tasks. And then we are going to receive a transmission to integrate these energies so that they are no longer unconscious and active in our system and sabotaging us in ways that we don't expect. So one of the things that comes up immediately is this idea that healing should be free. There's a lot of conditioning around that, and this comes from a history of where there has been abuse of spiritual leaders taking advantage of their following and using them for money, and even in the Catholic Church in medieval times, people would have to pay a priest or pay the church in order to enter heaven. And so there was a lot of that kind of stuff going on. And so Saint Francis of Assisi was one of the ascended masters who really broke through a lot of this pattern of and this corruption that was going on in the church. And at that time, the church was more of a political institution rather than spiritual guidance and leadership. So we no longer live in those times. Now we're living in times in contemporary life where many people are seeking out the skills and talents of light workers. We're in an ascension process, and many people are going through struggles and difficulties, and they reach out, they want support, and we can offer it. And there is, for our time and the training that we've done and the work that we do, there is absolutely nothing wrong with receiving a financial compensation for work that we do. Now, this is something that can come up very strongly, and if you have that belief in your system that healing work should be free, that it's wrong to charge for spiritual counseling, and if you have that vibration active inside of you, you will attract clients who won't want to pay you, who want everything to be free, and may even be a little bit hostile when it is time to invest in one of your programs. So this is something we really want to cleanse and purify, this conditioning that it's wrong to receive money for services. And also there is kind of in our culture, there can be a disdain, kind of like this energy of disdain when maybe we observe someone who is in a profession, like in the corporate world, or maybe in the medical profession or law, and there's kind of this energy that glamorizes the rebel and the nonconformist and this judgment of people that are more established financially, like, oh, they're just doing it for the money. You know, they sold their soul. They're selling out. This type of energy. So again, we want to be aware of this, because if this is unconscious in our system, again, we will attract experiences and situations where we see that outside ourselves. And everybody is on their path. Everybody has a role to fulfill. And so when there's judgments towards people who are more financially abundant and financially stable and have a little bit more ease in creating material wealth, that can block us. You know, any kind of judgment that we project outside ourselves creates duality. So if that person out there is wrong and we have to be right so that we feel good about ourselves, then we're creating separation between ourselves and that thing that we're judging, which could be this financial stability and wealth. So we want to be aware of that. And you know, again, there's so much religious conditioning around this. And as I said, it comes from the past. And so we really want to cleanse. We want to be in the present and in the situation that we're in now, which is that we are going through a paradigm shift around all these beliefs. So that's a lot. That's right there is a lot to unpack. And so we're going to go right into a quantum light practice to just kind of get started, to kind of unravel these conditionings and beliefs that hold us back from really living the life that we want, where our finances are aligned with our work, our finances are supporting our work, and we have the tools that we need to move forward. We have the confidence to receive financial compensation for our work, and we can support ourselves and our families. And that is our birthright as humans on the planet. The only thing that is obstructing that experience is our own belief system. And all we have to do really is recognize those patterns within ourselves and bring them up to our awareness, so that we're no longer functioning in these different unconscious habits and ways of perceiving things and seeing these limitations outside ourselves. We bring it all back to our inner state, because every experience we have in the outer world is rooted in our inner state. And this is the paradigm shift that we're going through, is really, really practicing that and knowing that whenever there's some kind of difficulty that's happening in the outer world, that the way to transform it is to really take a look inside and see, and take a look at that discord and take a look at that duality and transform that from the root. And then the shift has a ripple effect. It expands outward into your world, into your experience. There's a ripple effect and everything shifts. So first we go inside and we take a look at what's going on there. So the quantum light practice is a great way to do this. It's a great tool to assist us in unraveling these patterns and conditionings, and very specific techniques to release these patterns in a way where there is no resistance. So, because the resistance will keep the pattern in place. So, from a space of neutrality, we bring up these energies and vibrations to awareness. We allow them to return back into the oneness, back into the Akasha, as lessons that we've learned, lessons that we've completed. We send them back into the oneness with love, and then we open up to new energy streams that we may not have had access to before, because as those patterns are released, we can move into higher vibrational frequencies that are more expansive and supportive. So let's go ahead and go right into a quantum light practice, and you can have the experience. So take a deep breath. And just let go. Just breathe deeply into the heart area. Some light language is coming forth. Kurunishinaya li shinikiya koronokoyaki. Poroshini shi kili kwaya na kaya li shia na hayaki. Horokwanka, horokwanika. And so I'm immediately seeing Thoth, and he is from the Egyptian pantheon, but he is a multi-dimensional being of light, ascended master, and known for his wisdom. He is also the keeper of the Akashic records. And so he's come forth right away to assist us and just allowing everything that came up in the intro to just rise up to the surface. And if you choose, we just let it all go with ease and with Thoth's assistance. And he's also bringing forth an emerald ray. So just allow that emerald green to flush through your system as you let go of all these past conditionings and programmings. The tribal consciousness around whether it's right or wrong to receive. All the rules and regulations about what's right to do and what's wrong to do. All of these things that are based on past time experiences. So we're going to bring everything back into the present moment, the now moment. So take a deep breath and let go. be aware of your grounding. So let's put your attention on your root chakra and just see a line of energy going from the base of your spine all the way to the center of the earth. And at the center, the core of the earth, there is a fifth dimensional crystal grid, and we are going to connect with that. Gaia in the fifth dimension. And just allow that earth energy, that crystalline diamond white energy to rise up from the earth into your body. And let's just breathe in that light. Breathe it in. The diamond white light into every cell of your body. Into the bones, into your blood, into every organ. The white, diamond white light from the crystalline fifth dimensional grid. It's a diamond white fire flushing out your system of all the past time beliefs and programs. Kurusta tanaiti purkiniki kalau sora sorakina purpersara pursispanoa pursina porwaya kine tota porninja harasala owa orawa shinikini harahia. The light language offers a sound vibration that assists us in raising our vibrational frequency beyond mental constructs. And at first, it may be, your mind will say, this is weird, what is this? And I'm here to say that it is weird, and that's why it works. That's why it moves beyond the mind. So this whole thing is going to be weird, just so that you know. And you can choose. You always have a choice in what you receive. So take a deep breath and let go. Kurushwani kaya sikaya likini ki kora. Koronishwaya li yayakin I wayaki. Horashwayani liakia nashaya harainia haranaya solowaya nishi. Okay, I'm seeing some historical energy from the past that has to do with, that is very much in the vibration of the Americas, where this quantum light practice is taking place, and that is the abuse that occurred when this country was founded, as far as and the horrific discord and the wars that occurred as immigrants coming from Europe were bringing in the consciousness of Europe, which is about ownership, owning land, and imposing that paradigm on the Native American peoples that lived here and taking their land. Now, it's not to say that the Native Americans did not have their own territories. They did have their own territories. They did have their own issues with territories, and they had their disagreements, and each culture group had its own consciousness. So again, we are moving out of a paradigm of victimization and seeing things in a very dualistic way. And this, again, is a huge paradigm shift that's occurring at this time in our culture in particular. This projection of the victim and the perpetrator and the rescuer. This is a cycle of disempowerment because we all move through each of these roles. Sometimes we've been a victim, sometimes we've been a perpetrator, sometimes we've been a rescuer, and sometimes we're a little bit more unconscious about the times where we have been the perpetrator, where we have taken advantage of others, or where we have that in our lineage. And and then in our culture there's a whole thing with the white male as being the abuser, and so we are going to just bring all that up because it's a projection and it's not black and white. And that's when there occurs this kind of hostility towards this the white male. Then the victimized people, the marginalized people, they become the abusers, and things happen that are not just, and so it's just very important in this time to bring these projections up to the awareness that we are done with this victim mentality. The victim, if there's a victim, there has to be a perpetrator. And so we're going to bring all that duality back into the oneness, back into the wholeness, and we are going to empower ourselves. We're going to move into an energy stream that transcends the victim perpetrator consciousness into the visionary heart, a revolution in relationships where we meet each other as equals, divine to divine, peer to peer. There's no hierarchy. We are all equals. Now, this doesn't mean that we all have the same amount of money and that we have all the same opportunities, and that because everyone's in their path, and everybody's in a different situation, and it's never going to be the same for everyone. And again, in history, we've been through moments where revolutions and militaristic regimes have tried to impose this type of equality on a society, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't work because of that dynamic where the victim rises up to come into their power, and then they become the abusers to oppress the ones that have oppressed them. And and so now I'm seeing the vibration of Nelson Mandela, and he is coming forth in this now moment with his wisdom and his teaching. I'm also seeing Yeshua, the vibration of forgiveness, forgiving ourselves and forgiving those who have hurt us from a place of unconsciousness. So all the choices that we've made, we're having an opportunity in this now moment, all the choices that we made in lower vibrational frequencies out of a place of unconsciousness, we're going to allow those choices to be, and the effects of those choices to complete in this now moment. So take a deep breath. and release. Take a deep breath and release. 1111. I'm seeing the number code 11. 11, 11, 11. And ruby fire. I'm seeing the energy of this lava red, which is coming forth and cleansing our system of all of these patterns. The ruby fire that assists us in just allowing these patterns to be sealed out and going dormant. The victim mentality, the victim consciousness. We've learned everything we need to learn about it. We are done with it. Kale ishwaya ni kaya ki kurushkwaya shi soya haraya ni shi kolaya horakwaya ni ki shi ala. This doesn't mean that we don't experience compassion for those who are suffering. Hurukwaya ni ki shi ali hohaya horashwaya ni ki sororowaya dara. But in raising your vibration, you emanate that vibration of equanimity and empowerment out into the world. And in that way, you support each other. You raise the vibration of your own system, and then others, you can support others in this process. Huruwaya ni shiki gloya harawaya horawaya ni shidiya horawaya ni shi hohaya horawaya kinishi korowaya. And this is bringing to mind, when you want to save somebody who's drowning, you have to come into the presence of a drowning person from a place of strength, or they in their panic and fear, they can drag you into the water and you both drown. So it's so important to stabilize in a frequency, this frequency of equanimity and your own strength and prosperity. You're not leaving anybody behind. You're not hurting anybody by coming into your own power and your own prosperity. Hurushwaya ni kiti kanaya horwaya ni shitia korowaya ni shikoya koronishi waikoyas. Focus on the heart, because this is a very, very deep pattern. This belief that if you're successful and you have kind of transcended financial difficulties, that in some way you're hurting other people who aren't there yet, or you're leaving them behind. So we're going to shift that perspective, that you're bringing people along with you, that your vibration is emanating out into the world and others are receiving it, and this vibration supports them to find their own path and their own empowerment. Hurushai kini kikora korowaya koronikaliya hishini hura horashiniya horashiniyoaya porowaya horanihishaya horanishikiya horakwayaki. And I'm seeing white buffalo woman coming in so strongly throughout this process. And she is really supporting us in transcending the victim consciousness on the planet at this time, and in particular in the Americas. Hurowaya nishi, horowaya kayani, horowaya niyaya hoya, horowaya nishwa, horowaya niyagaya loya hoya, horanaya shia hoya na, horaya koa hiya hoya, horaya hoya hiyana hiyana hoya, hoya siya waya niya, horowaya niya shoya hiya waya kiya. Just bring in that light, the diamond white fire into the heart area. Hidalaorana Sirparashwaya Inishiyaloaya Owa Oranishikingaya Kanashaya Orai. Bringing forth your own signature essence, your own uniqueness. Just allowing yourself to be you. And allow these new perceptions to be there, and again, you know what's right for you. You know what resonates for you. So you can, take it or leave it. Infinite choice. There are so many ways to perceive the world around us and our own inner states, and we all have our unique perspective. And so I'm sharing with you some of the things that come up in looking at prosperity and abundance, and bringing forth quantum light frequencies to assist us in transforming these perceptions into consciousness that is empowering and beneficial, where we can truly contribute to the world and to ourselves and our own ascension process. And that is always, you always have a choice. Take a deep breath, and just as this practice comes to completion, take a deep breath. Offering love and appreciation to the beings of light that have come forth to support us in our process of transformation, in our process to amplify abundance. So much gratitude for the freedom that we can experience in this now moment. This is Anna at Transformative Destinations, and if you're interested in going deeper in this work, I am here to assist you. You may contact me at transformativedestinations.com. I hope you've enjoyed this light language and quantum light practice, and have a beautiful, abundant, and prosperous day.